New Beginnings is an organisation that gives support to converts to Islam and those interested in Islam and their families. And our aim is to create welcoming, non-judgmental spaces and environments where people can learn an authentic understanding of Islam in a holistic manner. And for the past 2 years, we've been working towards that aim.
So I'm really impressed with the work New Beginnings has been doing for the last 22 years, which seems like a lot longer. I think it's just a fresh voice, and it's a fresh organisation, and it's doing work which is so badly needed. But doing it with excellence and doing it really taking into account the needs of the people who it's catering for, obviously converts, people new to Islam. And there's been many other projects before, and I'm sure there'll be many other projects after, but it really has a unique feel to it, that it's really looking at the individual needs of each person that comes through the door, so to speak. Obviously it was mostly been online to this point, but anyone that comes in whatever capacity, then what I've noticed is just that care and that concern, and just making the teachings and the advice is just as relevant, as personal to that person as possible.
Some of the activities that we do are a 10-week educational program where we go through the basics of the religion in terms of practice and belief and spiritual excellence.
It's still a very small thing. It needs the support of everyone, whether it be financial support, whether it be material, whether it be expertise. We know as a Muslim community in the UK, we have an amazing range of different abilities and expertise and experience, and we bring all that to the table.
We offer in-person and online activities such as Eid parties that are held regularly every year, other social events like hiking and physical activities, and this retreat, which is the first event of its kind, and we want to speak more about this retreat that we're on here.
So the retreat that we're hosting now is the first one that we've done, and it's been an incredible opportunity to meet people who've taken our courses, either who've just finished or some of whom it's been 6 months or even a year in some cases. And because we're an online organisation, we don't get as many opportunities to meet in person, so when we do, it's a really interesting experience for everyone involved.
So retreats are just really important opportunities, because there's only a limit to how much we can learn online or in books or in information. There are many brilliant sources of information that we have, but it's limited because this is a religion which is person to person and heart to heart. You can have heart to heart and person to person online even. That's not to say you can't have that, but there's something different when we physically come together. And it's not just the lessons that take place or just that physical contact. There's the side conversations that you have over a cup of tea, or the private questions someone might have. They might be shy to ask in a more open setting. There's the smile that you smile at your brother, your sister. There's that just a connection you might have had online that becomes very different when you're physically with someone.
From the perspective of New Beginnings and the organisation, it's been a really wonderful experience to see how people are responding to an environment and a setting that perhaps they don't have if they're in a community where there isn't a big Muslim community or a big convert community. So from that perspective, it's been really warming to hear the feedback from some of the activities that we've been doing.
It's very interesting because my introduction to New Beginnings, whilst I've known about you since your existence, has been, in terms of my intensive involvement, quite recent. So that meaning, in terms of a personal meaning for me, is quite profound. I was trying to articulate it and trying to be more succinct, and I think the best way I can do is say I'm home. I feel at home, and I think the retreat that we've just been on has been a very practical demonstration of how that welcome to a home. And I feel I'm in the presence of people who are genuinely welcoming.
My name's Peter, I'm 23. I'm originally from Taunton in Somerset. I've been Muslim since January. I think it's really important for organisations like New Beginnings to exist because, especially in the UK, there's so much mixed information and misinformation around Islam. If you haven't got organisations like this, you're going to sort of have people going down uneducated paths and just not be rooted, not be knowledgeable. They're not going to be able to represent Islam well.
I think what New Beginnings, amongst many things, has managed to really be successful at, and that success has been manifest in this retreat, is there isn't any superficiality about that, because of the authority that the teachers and organisers have come to the party with. I suppose ultimately it's just that opportunity, that rare opportunity in our very busy lives, and given our economy at the moment and all these outside pressures and phone bills and fuel bills and all that difficult stuff, is actually seeking that proximity to Allah and to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
So if you're interested in Islam, I'd say connect with New Beginnings and just connect with Muslims, spend time with them, eat with them, travel, share time, share space, because a lot of these things are very small and a lot of them can be cultural, which you might not necessarily have sort of from a British family. You might not experience these things, but potentially heritage Muslim families, or just Muslims in general, there's going to be certain etiquettes that they're going to follow, you're going to be welcomed, and I think that's the best way to really actually understand Islam, is to experience it. For me, it got to a point where I'd read a lot, but it was only when I actually spent time with Muslims that things started to really click and make sense.
So it's been really incredible, again, just to meet, and it's something that I think is going to be a regular occurrence now in the New Beginnings calendar. We're going to use this experience, take feedback, and develop other areas of our offerings that, such as well-being. So New Beginnings, in addition to the educational side, and in addition to the social side, we also have a wellbeing department which focuses on counselling and mental health, and that's something that we're looking to explore in the future.
Assalamu alaikum, I'm Sarah from the Wellbeing at New Beginnings. Why I think the wellbeing part is important for new Muslims is because when people become Muslim, we have to find kind of a new identity, and that can be quite challenging. So sometimes it's just good to chat and figure out where we are in life and who we are. I mean, we offer counselling and a buddy system, and we really promote connection and, unity. And we have the buddy system, which is a friendship system where you can have someone to chat to. We have the counselling services. I think therapy particularly can help converts to figure out their identity, to figure out, different aspects of their new kind of life and their old life, and merging the two together.
And one thing I would say that I would take out of it, let's do another one. Let's make sure that it becomes a regular feature.
The main thing I think I've taken from this retreat would just be spending time with other brothers who have converted, and just expressing issues we faced and sort of being able to give each other advice, which is actually really applicable and really practical. So I think when I go back from this retreat and I sort of integrate, see friends, see family, I'll be in a much better position to just interact with them, not even necessarily speaking about Islam, but just knowing to not speak about Islam potentially, and just be able to relax and know that I've got people that I can then speak to about those sort of things for support and for any advice I need.